Hey guys, welcome to the next part of Let's Play Football Manager 2015 with Newcastle, and this is the season review for 2016-17, and unfortunately it's not as successful as last time. We have, however, managed to get into the top four once again. However, Chelsea are the champions yet again. However, it was a lot closer this time around. Their challenges this time were Tottenham Hotspur, and as you can see, level on 84 points. They won the league by a goal. One single goal. I mean, look at that. Tottenham, they appear to have got a bit of Liverpoolitis there with in terms of their challenge when they seem to draw a lot of games. Look at that 4-4 versus United at the bottom there. Wow. But yeah, Chelsea, once again, it's just they are going to be the unstoppable force of the next few years. Sort of where City were about 2 years ago, you know, where you just played them and you would just inevitably lose because they were just so friggin' overpowered. Just a quick note, you may be wondering why the team names look a little bit different. I've downloaded a pack which basically fixes all the names. I was going to do a Germany one, you know, just because, you know, Schalke are known as Gelsenkirchen and things like that, and it was all confusing. However, I just decided to get this one big mega pack, so you have Chelsea FC, Liverpool FC, Sunderland AFC, and so on. It's the full names, you know, Barclays Premier League, UEFA Champions League, UEFA Euro 2016, etc. So if you want that, I'm going to pop a link in the description, and if you would like to have the proper names and the proper fixes and so on, it should all be there. So yeah, Tottenham getting second, United now bouncing back finally under AVB. I know that doesn't sound right at all, but there you go. We managed to finish in fourth, so a little bit of a downer, but you know, I still think fourth place is decent. We were on for Europa League spot. That's what the board, or I promised to the board, and I've managed to get more than that. Manchester City in fifth, so we managed to beat them away. They were coming close once or twice, but you know, as you can see, the 7-point gap in the end was big enough and safe enough in the end. Southampton doing very well in sixth, West Ham and seventh. Derby, yes, that is Derby County, recently promoted Derby County. I just want to point out, if you look here, Derby were not in the table last season, but there they are. They finished in eighth, really not far off a Europa League spot. Very impressive with them. Liverpool down in ninth. They've had a bit of a fall from grace as per bloody usual. You know, win the league and then totally fall on their asses as per usual. QPR in 10th, Sunderland in 11th, and then, I can't explain this one, Arsenal in 12th. Roberto Mancini's coming. I think Wenger has just left. He wasn't sacked, he retired. So, you know, he's done pretty well. In fact, let's have a look at the manager history here, you know, the landmarks. Here we go. Yeah, as you can see, Arsene Wenger, 23rd of the 5th. So that was, well, literally a month ago to the day. Mancini has just come in. Mancini, I have no idea. Just go with it. Everton there in 17th. Sorry, in 13th. What am I doing? Sorry. So I was going to skip over this. Sorry, 17th are Stoke, and then being relegated are Norwich, Aston Villa, and Blackburn Rovers. So yeah, really tight. Look at this. Really close. Arsenal, for, I've got to be honest, a long period of time, were not that safe. Even Liverpool themselves weren't really that safe until, God, about game week 34, 33 maybe, you know, and they were really, Arsenal came really close. I mean, that's not, 45 points is really not a lot when you can say that Norwich were relegated with 37. Okay, yes, it was over that magical 40-point barrier, but still, you know, that's too close for a team like Arsenal, way too close. So let's have a look at the stats. Let's have a look at the player stats as well. Diego Costa finishing top goal scorer alongside Sonny and Aluko. Sorry, I'll just call him Aluko because I can't say his first name. I always just call him Aluko, personally. Aguero's up there. Lukaku, Chris Martin. No, I'm not going to make a Coldplay joke. Is somehow up there as well. Carlos Vela is now at Tottenham, and he's one of the main reasons why they challenge for the title this season. As you can see, he's worth 25 million. He banged in 16 goals. Andres Weiman's up there. Mario Balotelli. There's this motherfucker. I hate him so much. Watch the previous video if you don't know what I'm talking about. Or sorry, the two videos before this, I beg your pardon. And Riviere is there again with a handy 13 goals. Musa Sissoko always has a good average rating. He's up there once again, tied in fact with Eden Hazard, who ended up being the top assist maker of the season. Leighton Baines there with 15 assists in second, and Delafeu very, very handy indeed there with 14. So I'll just go over some transfers just in case I've made any early on. So you know almost all about these. The only player I have bought in is Andre Wisdom so far for 2 million. You know what, I'm thinking, why not? 2 million. What, you know, good rotation option potentially. Excuse me. And I think that's a decent, you know, he's pretty good on this Wisdom. He's not incredible. Look at that, his value's already risen straight away. And you know, the scouts seem to rate him. Why not, eh? Why not? Just go over the squad and stats real quick as well here. Goal scores, Riviere managed to hit the full 20, and not in all competitions. Sissoko and Torres getting 16. So you see Torres not quite out of it yet. Here's Mitrovic, who obviously was on loan. I made the, quite frankly, ridiculous decision that I had to sign someone. It was an absolute desperation buy, this one. I kind of regret it. And the only clause Anderlecht would accept is if I loaned him back. It was either get this guy and have a striker next season, you know, who's looked pretty decent, or just do without one for the remainder of this season, and then you've got one for next season, or just come back and get another one next season. I mean, you don't know who you're going to get. You might not get another player like Mitrovic again. So, I don't know. Delafeu also chipping in there with a handy 8 goals, and there's Zaha with 6. He is just all pace, man. Honestly, he could just beat anyone. He's kind of ridiculous. Cisse is kind of falling off the face of the earth. He's 32 now. A lot of his ability, he is going down. I mean, his attributes there are going down, but his acceleration, as you can see, going way down. Christopher A is really coming up. I really would recommend you buy this guy. He's very, very handy indeed. He's quite versatile. Hell, he can sort of play up front if you want him. So I don't think that's there when he's at the start of the game. But yeah, I think we're doing okay. Younger and B was coming in there. Lewis Holtby, not been the best signing I've ever made, if I'm being honest. But as you can see, you know, this is where I think if we go back to the league here, we didn't score as many goals as I think I would have liked. Let's see, let's go through this in-depth one. Yeah, I mean, well, we still got 81 goals, but I think if we had, you know, scored maybe 10 more, we probably would have been challenging for the title. We just needed that one, and I think that's where Mitrovic probably would have come in. He would have been able to give us that extra 10. I think I'm going to get like 13 for Anderlecht. Obviously, that's a different league. But obviously, where it really let us down this season, I mean, we're still in the 80s, so that's still not a bad thing, but 58 goals conceded. I mean, that's shocking. I mean, that is absolutely shocking. It's, I don't know. I mean, it's like, I mean, you've got this big three. I guess you could say they're sort of in the next, they're in their own league of their own, and then, you know, we're 58. I mean, Southampton are 57, West Ham are 58. You know, wow, look at, Jesus Christ, Sunderland conceded 72 goals. Well, that's 7 against us. Of all the teams they would not want to be top there, Newcastle would be it. But actually it gets worse. Who's that? Swansea have actually conceded 81. More on that in a moment. Let's go through the fixtures then. So I'm trying to figure out what I left you last. Probably would have been at the end of January. Forgive me if I've repeated myself here. So we played West Ham. We won 3-1. As you can see, Torres there scoring. Chalobah, I think, made his debut. Zaha. Oviedo, not the player I thought he'd be personally. He is not that great. I think he's quite underpowered. I really like Brian Oviedo. I think he's very, very good. I've been impressed with him for Everton when he plays. I mean, he's a bit of a crock, but he is very good. And I think he's a bit underpowered here, if I'm being honest. First game then in the Champions League for this new year, I suppose, 2017. And once again, we lose. This time it's at home, so not great. They've got the 2 away goals, PSG there. Riviere did rescue a goal for us. But we have to go to the Parc des Princes, and it's not looking good, really. Defence not really up to scratch. Okay, Taylor and Younger and B, where maybe we could do a bit better there. But yeah, as you can see, it's all set piece and things. I mean, Krul can't do anything about that at all. Lee Min with the goal. A great strike, in all fairness to him. But yeah, I do think this team has gone backwards a little bit. I mean, that's kind of obvious. I've conceded so many goals as well, and I'm probably going to say this more and more as the game goes on. I think this probably is just me having poor set piece. It's not even set pieces, actually. Take it back. So not even set pieces. This is probably just us having crap defence or defenders. But I always seem to concede. That goal's so bad. We always seem to concede at the near post. I don't know. I mean, do you guys concede a lot at the near post as well? Because I've heard one or two other people mention it as well. So yeah, mention if you are conceding a lot at the near post. Apparently, it's meant to be fixed in the next update or something or other. I don't know. But yeah, a lot of near post goals. 0-0 away at Derby. On the face of it, they were actually doing pretty well at this point. So they were just behind us. City were always our main challengers for that Champions League spot, but Derby were really close as well. 3-1 against Arsenal at the Emirates. They were just completely falling apart at this point. They were near the bottom, as you saw. Zaha ripping them apart. Kagawa, it came up there before that he's a key player. Trust me, he's not. He's been a massive disappointment. He's transferred. He has a transfer on the way. He is off to... Christ, where is he off? In fact, I was going to Sampdoria. I think I've made a slight profit on him, but nothing too big. We then beat Blackburn 1-0. Kind of scrappy, but what can you do? Unfortunately, 1-1 was not enough, as you can see, in the Champions League. We did get knocked out by Paris Saint-Germain. Riviere did score a goal for us. I was thinking, no way, are we actually going to take this to extra time? I'll show you this one. Cavani's goal is just, yeah, Edison Cavani. No one really cares about that. No one wants to see it. I put a bit of faith in Fernando Torres as well. Didn't work. Obviously, Riviere... I can't remember, did he start or did it bring him on? It said before, I honestly have the memory, or the short-term memory of a goldfish, so I do apologise. Well, here's Cavani's goal, as you can see again. Just defenders not quick enough, can't keep up with him. And again, I've just seen, this is, again, probably not me, just me noticing it now, but we always seem to concede goals like that. It's always either at the near post or sort of run on balls where they'll chip it like a cross, if you know what I mean. The sort of goal. I don't know. This is, again, just ignore my complaining. I just like to blame the game for my shortcomings. We all do it. A 0-0 at the Britannia. So as you can see, this is where our lack of goals really do start to affect us. We probably could have beat Derby. Dare I say, we could have beat Stoke. We did happily, however, beat Manchester United 2-0. Goals from Torres and Lewis Holtby. That was really nice. It was a heart. Again, as you can see, his average rating, it slightly went down as the season went on. But... throughout this middle period, he was having a ball. Honestly, Zaha was great. Inevitable loss at Stamford Bridge. It's just, you go away to Chelsea, you're going to lose. Let's be honest here. It's a really difficult place to go, and they were flying at this point. So you can see the difference. And once again, we lose at the friggin' Stadium of Light. I can't give an explanation for this one. Matt Phillips this time. The pain in my arse. I'll show you these goals. Damari, I think, came on near the end because I remember seeing him, and even then he was absolutely ragging the defence all over the place. And there's Matt Phillips. We just set pieces, man. It's not been a massive problem for us, to be honest. It's just the pain when you can see it from them, and especially when you do this. You've got a corner, and within about 30 seconds, they're up the other end. They're in your box, and yeah, far post this time. See, I'm talking rubbish. Just please bear with me when I like to complain about these things. RB Emmanuelson with a consolation penalty. I thought that may give us a chance back into it, but Sunderland held out. 1-0 against Liverpool. Again, who went doing great. Gerard Deulofeu, the former Everton player, obviously scoring against them. We then went to White Hart Lane, lost 2-1. This was a real chance for Tottenham then. They really charged for the title after this one. They beat us. Look, we were never really in the title race, to be honest with you, from, say, like December onwards, January onwards. But this really confirmed Tottenham. I think they went top after this. We then played Villa, 1-3-2. Crazy game. Let's have a look. Trying to think. Yeah, as Yang with Zaha and a Musa Sissoko penalty, as Abel Hernandez for them. Jack Grealish has come on really well. This guy looks really good. Wouldn't mind having him in my team. Yeah, so that's pretty decent. 2-0 against QPR. Let's see who scored here. Cisse scored, and I can't see who else. Again, they still have yet to fix this. And then this just came from nowhere. The defence just had an absolute nightmare as we lost 6-2 to Wigan Athletic. Yeah, Wigan decided they wanted to do that thing that they do when they are in the Premier League, and that's basically play crap for the entire or for 2/3 of the season, and for the final third, they'll just become like the best team ever. And yeah, as you can see, Lewis Hobby scored 2, but yeah, our defence, Daryl Yamat, supposed to be the captain for God's sake, with a 5 rating. No explanation for that. Although we did have the season, we did finish the season very well with 3-1 victory over Norwich. Craig Dawson with 2 goals, Fernando Torres with the other, and then I think Swansea were already on the holidays. Gerard Deulofeu was magnificent. He just tore them apart. This could have been about 6, 7, 8, 9, because it was 6. This could have been 7, 8, 9 or 10-1. Slightly disappointed to concede, but that's what we do. We just like to concede. As you can see, we haven't kept that many clean sheets this season. 2-0 there, and there's 1 there, 1 against Liverpool, 1 against United. We always seem to do it against I'll say that, Blackburn. But yeah, not that many. In fact, we kept a clean sheet at the DW Stadium, and then we never kept one again until, Christ, 2 months later. That's kind of bad. So, obviously, I'm going to have to do a little bit here. We're still in the Champions League, so we've still got that money rolling in. But there is a little bit of work to be done. This was also the final season that I played before the full game came out. Now, I know the full game's been out for a while, having watched this, but this is how much I played and how little actually I've been uploading. I probably should do a bit more than I've actually been doing. But yeah, from the next season onwards, I think the first game may have actually been, I played on the full game, was the first game of next season, so keep your eyes peeled for that. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Give the video a like if you please, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.